Hi, I'm Peter Saddington, and you probably know me as the first person in the world to buy a Lamborghini Huracan with Bitcoin in 2017. Is Peter Saddington? 2011, I bought Bitcoin at $2.52. Now, it's a common internet meme in the world of cryptocurrency that you should never spend your Bitcoin gains on something like a Lambo. But at the time, I was building a venture-funded company and the marketing gimmick seemed like a good idea at the time. But that was all a mistake. It was a deep, terrible mistake, and I regret it deeply. Just kidding, it was great! I love my life. You see, I got to meet thousands of people all over the world and tell them about the power and potential of Bitcoin. Stacking those sats?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, do I regret buying a depreciating asset for an appreciating asset? No. However, let me tell you why that's a really bad idea. If you know my story, then you know that I've been in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency game since 2011 when I bought my first Bitcoin. Now, I didn't get serious into cryptocurrency until 2016 when I started building cryptocurrency apps. You see, I've matured a lot since 2011. Shoot, I've learned 1,000 times more since 2016. I've grown. I've leveled up. I've learned a couple things. I want to give you guys sound reason to follow my 3 rules of Bitcoin that I gave you back in 2017. It's 3 steps. Number 1, buy Bitcoin now. Number 2, buy it at cost. Number 3, hodl that shit. Yes, those 3 rules still apply. Buy Bitcoin now, buy it at cost, and hodl it. Never, ever, ever sell it. You see, I want to give you 5 powerful and pragmatic reasons to never sell your Bitcoin and learn from my experience, as I am even more convinced today than I was a decade ago. Let's get something straight before we begin. And this is going to be important context for you as I explain the value of Bitcoin. You see, Bitcoin is called a cryptocurrency, but that's a real poor misnomer. Bitcoin isn't a currency, it's actually an asset. Asset. And we know this to be true because in 2014, the IRS decided to tax Bitcoin as property. If every time you're transferring Bitcoin, you have capital gains implications, it cannot be a currency. It's actually an asset. And frankly, it's the best asset you can own. Number 1, Bitcoin cannot be uninvented. Some of you guys remember me talking about this in 2017 on my YouTube channel. Bitcoin is just like the internet. It's a protocol, and the internet is expanding all over the world. And Bitcoin, likewise, is expanding to every inch of the planet. I've witnessed it firsthand. You have an asset that is expanding ad infinitum all over the world. Sounds like an asset worth investing in, and it cannot be deleted, uninvented, or taken away because it's stored on hundreds of thousands of computers all over the world. Bitcoin has a known quantity, 21 million only. And we know the last Bitcoin is going to be mined around the year 2140. We know now how many. We know when it'll end. It's scarce by design, not like gold or silver or precious metals or art or vanity investments or real estate. Bitcoin has a fixed supply. Now, if I knew when the last precious asset would be minted or mined, I would want to get me some of that. Oh, and by the way, I bought Bitcoin in 2011 when it was $2.52. I got even more serious into Bitcoin in 2016 when it was under $1,000. I've lived the hype cycles. This asset class performs better than any stock or fund or index out there. I've seen it. Trust me, go look it up. You need to own some of this asset class. Number 3, Bitcoin is the meta index asset. Because Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, we understand the deflationary supply mechanics and the total number of supply. Bitcoin has achieved what no other asset has ever achieved in the world. And this is going to be the asset that all other assets are weighed against. You'll want to have what the world wants. You see, all precious metals like gold and silver and the like are of unknown quantity. We keep digging up and making more. Real estate, unknown quantity and valuation. Vanity investments like rare paintings or rare cars, most of these are not real investments as values are variable. Bitcoin will become the index of asset value to the entire world in which trade and other variable assets will be weighed against. It's the only stable asset that's able to do so. My realization of this fact has been deeply convincing as I've seen Bitcoin expand into every sector in every industry of business over the last 10 years. It's here and it's unstoppable. Number 4, Bitcoin is the only asset you can truly own. It's unhackable. It's too broadly used and too widespread now. We have computers all over the world utilizing Bitcoin and securing the network. And Bitcoin is the only asset that's instantly transferable and secure. You want to transfer your real estate from one location to another? Not physically possible. You want to try transferring $20 million of gold from America to China? Not possible either. Plus, you don't even own the asset. You just own a pink slip to the derivative. So, Bitcoin is the only asset class in the world that is completely instant and completely secure. And it can never be stolen from you as long as you own the password. Your keys, your Bitcoin. Not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Number 5, Bitcoin is going to be worth $1 million in the future. No. This is not fanboy advice. This is based on long-term analysis, economic trends, and 10 plus years of building in this space. Now, I've also talked to hundreds of investors, technology experts, and financial advisors, and they all agree. And the Bitcoin asset is growing in all directions. We are adding 2 million users per week, with over 200 million users all over the world using this technology. It's actually growing faster than any of your favorite technology companies, your Apple, your Facebook, your Google, or your Microsoft. It is the most powerful technology in the world. I see the Bitcoin asset going all the way to $50 million in my lifetime. To be honest, I can totally see it hitting $1 billion in the future. It's not going away. With the Bitcoin asset being as ubiquitous as the internet, the meta asset index for all other assets around the world, as well as the fact that it's not going away and it cannot be uninvented, this is the property that you want to own with all the true property rights and freedom as its value. So, do I regret buying a Lamborghini with Bitcoin? No. I got a lot of smiles per gallon in that machine, but never again will I sell the winner to buy a loser. Buy Bitcoin now, buy it at cost, and hold on for dear life.